If you see someone standing, kindly tell them to please take their seats. All right, folks, if you can hear me, please signal with a round of applause for 100 Black Men. There we go. You guys enjoying yourselves? Are you guys enjoying yourselves? Please don't forget about the silent auction as well. It is to stage left. Please go over there and do what you do with your money, your credit cards, checks. We take a little bit of everything. Remember that the funds are always going to something good. And a special shout out to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all of the Florida chapters in the house. Where are you? Make some noise. It is good to see you. Many of you have familiar faces. I used to anchor for NBC in Miami a couple of years ago, so it's always good to be back home and good to see you all. Now it is time to recognize some special companies and some special people who have done so much for not only this community, again, here in South Florida, but for what we stand for as members of 100 Black Men across the country. So please welcome back a man who needs no introduction, but I'll say it anyway. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone. He has the courage to make tough decisions and the compassion to listen to others. He does not set out to become a true leader, but becomes one by the quality of his actions and the integrity of his intent. In the end, you'll find that true leaders are like eagles. They don't flock together. You find them one at a time. Please welcome our chairman, Tommy Dorge.
I'd like for our vice chairman to join me on stage, and a long-standing friend and the lady who was the great partner with our late Nathaniel R. Golston III. I'd like to ask Valerie Golston if she will join us on stage as we present this next award. Valerie, the wife of our fallen leader. This year, the board voted to change our Corporation of the Year award to the Nathaniel R. Golston III Corporation of the Year award. This award is presented to a company that represents the Golston Standard, AKA the gold standard, and examples of excellence in corporate responsibility. Through activities and partnerships during the previous calendar year, this company demonstrates its commitment to corporate responsibility with an emphasis on mentoring. I can go on about this company. They've been a phenomenal partner of ours for a quarter century and continues to grow this relationship, not just by the investment of dollars and resources, but their employees are completely engaged and involved with what we do. The recipient of the Nathaniel R. Golston III Award for 2018 is none other than our partner, Wells Fargo. Accepting the award for Wells Fargo is Brenda Wright, Senior Vice President, West Region Community Relations. Where are you, Brenda?
My sister. Thank you. Go ahead.
Before Brenda, whose family speaks, it's the 100 Black Men and Brenda. Let me ask Valerie if she'd come here, because Valerie was a great partner with Nate, but more importantly, her work and what she's doing to leave, for his memory to live on. Valerie Golston.
Thank you, Tommy, and thank you to the 100 Black Men of America. I am delighted that you all saw fit to honor Nate in this way. He was a kind and giving person, most generous, and definitely committed to community. And I am definitely proud to be here in this inaugural award and say thank you to Wells Fargo, to everything that you do for our community. And I would hope and pray that you'll continue to do that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, you know, it's like I'm standing up and I'm like, God, this is a big room and all the bright lights. But I just want to say that I remember, and you know, when you get older, you kind of go back and remember. I remember meeting Nate 25 years ago, and I was really nervous about being here. And he says, "Why are you nervous?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Just be who you are." So I want to say to you that being who we are is huge. And so to the 100 Black Men of America, we're just really, really excited about the opportunities that we have. So if you will indulge me for a moment, I would like for all of my team members to please stand up, acknowledge this is not about me, this is about you and the work that you do each and every day in all of your communities around the country. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. But I just have to say one thing. The experience we had today with the young people in the Pathways program, I gotta tell you, 100, if it were me, I would bring them together to create a venture fund around ideas. We have a program that's called Pathways. My goodness. We have a program that's called Pathways, where young people come up with their ideas. Now, let me ask you, and the kids are going to kill me because I stole their line. How many of you in here wear glasses or contacts or something? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you buy contacts every year? Raise your hand. Okay, I can't see you, but I know your hand is up, because I do too. But what we heard today was a young team that talked about having biotechnology in the lens where you go one time and you buy your lens, and because of this technology, it alters what your eyes need to see. And so you don't have to buy or go to the doctor every year to get that. Now, this was an idea that came about through the Pathways program and the young people that you guys, you gentlemen, mentor. This was fabulous. And I just wanted to know how many of us would invest in this technology where you only have to get your eyes checked one time. Now, you know, we like fashion, so we'll do different frames. But I just gotta tell you, Tommy, Al, and the gentleman out here, what you do with these young people are huge. The dreams we talk about, dreamers, these are dreamers. You know, my grandma used to say, stop daydreaming. And all I used to think is, that's how I'm gonna get the heck up out of here. Is because if I don't daydream, I won't get out of here. But I just have to say to you that as a company, we're just thrilled and proud that you have allowed us the opportunity to be with you, to support the young people. And I also have to say, Glenda Hatchett, I can't see you, but I know you're out there for the women's track, Vivica and all the ladies, and I just have to give a shout out to I don't know Vivica Fox, I know her from afar, but you made me proud today. When you stood up and you said that I got girlfriends that support me. You know, there are people that always say black women don't support black women, I don't know those kind of black women. I just don't know them. Because all of my sisters are with me through every part of my journey. So I want to say thank you. Thank you. I don't know, you know, I'm way off script, but that's okay. That's really okay. But I want to say thank you. Thank you to, I never called him Nate, so that's kind of hard to stand up and call him Nate. But I just want to say thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you. And you heard my mayor this afternoon, Willie Brown, say, we have a responsibility. We just, for all of you that don't know, that weren't there today, we just elected the first African-American female mayor of the city of county of San Francisco this past week. So, hey, Tommy, I got you. You know, we did this and we're excited about it, and we believe that if it can happen in a city where you got 5% of the population is black, it can happen anywhere. So, Tommy, thank you so much. Al, thank you so much. To my team members, I am so, so grateful. I'll get emotional, but thank you.
One other note to, thank you, Brenda and Valerie. One other note and Al, please remain, when we lost our great leader, our second national leader for this organization, there were individuals who invested into a scholarship fund that was established with this organization, the Nathaniel R. Nathaniel R. Golson III Scholarship Fund. And you were generous then. We want to have you invest more. The board of directors in our meeting earlier in the year voted to put an additional $20,000 into the Nathaniel R. Golson Endowed Scholarship Fund. And so we invite you to invest a little bit more. You'll find at your table an envelope, and that envelope gives you an opportunity to invest in this organization. We hope you will fill it out. We'll have people at each door that will receive your envelopes, and we ask that you invest. You will find listed the Nathaniel R. Golson Scholarship Fund. You have the Thomas W. Dortch Jr. It's the mentoring fund. When I left in 2004, I left for $100,000 to create the mentoring fund. The actual mentor-mentee of the year is the Thomas W. Dortch Jr. Mentor or Mentee of the Year, where we provide a scholarship and a grant for the members to invest back in nonprofits, and a scholarship for our winners. And that's still going. But tonight, we're going to add one more thing to the list. And I'd like to invite on the stage, in our board meeting this week, we voted to name Curly M. Dossman, Jr., a chairman emeritus for the 100 Black Men of America. So he moves from immediate past chair to chair emeritus, and he joins the ranks of this time of only 5 people who have an emeritus status. So Curly, if you'll come forward, because we have another special announcement tonight. Curly has been very generous to this organization, first through the foundation that he chairs, the Georgia Pacific. He's the president of the Georgia Pacific Foundation. He's invested millions of dollars in this organization. And as you know, Curly last year decided that he would step down after 5 years because he's getting ready for retirement. Jennifer said, we got to go somewhere. But tonight, we'd like to announce the establishment of the Curly M. Dossman Scholarship Fund. You will see it in the envelope. And Curly is starting this fund with a total of $150,000 in his name. Curly.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to offer my thanks first to our chairman, Thomas W. Deutsch, Jr., and our vice chair, Albert E. Dotson, Jr., and then also to the board of directors for your support, not only during my 5-year tenure, but also for electing me now into that elite status of chair emeritus. I thought when I announced that I was going to retire, not seek election, I would be joining a cohort of 4. And now I find myself with a cohort of just 2, myself and Dr. Haling, but I appreciate the opportunity as well. But more importantly, I've had the pleasure of serving on this board of directors for over 23 years. I started when Tommy first became chair as a vice chair of development, worked as vice chair of operations for a while, served as vice chair for Al, and then had the opportunity to serve as your chair. So this is just a minor thank you for the commitment and the support that you and the confidence that you had in me during my opportunity to serve you. And so I want to say thank you for that support. And as we heard earlier today, you are the champions. And it's because of you I've had the privilege to serve as one of your servant leaders. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Enjoy yourself for the rest of the night and also for the rest of this weekend. Thank you very much.
Well, we're going to get out of your way because we know you're waiting to have fun. But again, before I leave the stage, please help me say thank you to Vivica Fox and DeMarco Morgan. They're coming back. And for those of you who came, you know, some people, when you want to take photos, they just don't want to be bothered. But Vivica, graciously, all of you who came, she just needed to get a little nutrients in her system, so we want to thank her for that. When Al and I promised last summer that we would work to ignite the 100, we just wanted to make sure we told the story about all the great work that each and every one of you are doing in your chapters. And we've tried to make sure you had an organizational structure that helped us to market all of the great work that you do. And I hope you've been satisfied to this point of how we've tried to redesign our national conference, our commitment to training, our commitment to capacity building. The great work is done by these great men. Let me ask first, our board of directors of the 100 Black Men of America, will you please stand and let us say thank you to our board of directors, the National Board of Directors for the 100. We thank you for the hard work, your commitment and investment of time. And yes, we will keep working, but this is a phenomenal team of men and leaders who've come together for this organization. All of the presidents in the audience, please stand. All of our chapter presidents, please stand and let us thank you. These are volunteers. They have careers, they have jobs, they have their companies, but the amount of hours that they invest in our young people, in our communities, but they're volunteers. And so we want to thank them for their service and all that they do. All of the men of the 100, please stand, so we can say thank you to all of the men of the 100. When we say what they see is what they'll be, it's phenomenal to see what you do and the young people who emulate you and follow in your steps, because you're givers of great advice, great counsel, and we want to thank you for what you do every day. We know you don't have to do it, but you've taken on some of the greatest young people in our nation to help them guide themselves to where they want to go. Dr. Lonnie Johnson is in the audience. Many of you, if you don't remember, you've in one way or another, you've been impacted by him he's the inventor of the Super Soaker. Graduate of Tuskegee, Tuskegee Institute, one of the members of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. Those robots you see outside were made by young inner city black boys and girls who have joined in our robotics program throughout the country. And this is just a small example where we've shown young people that, you know what, if you really believe and if you're really interested in the results of that is in all of these robots you see outside and many more, and we're going to scale more on our robotics program and science and technology, our STEM programs throughout this country. We are committed, and we have, again, the greatest opportunity for young people who enrich our lives. It's not about us being just goody two-shoes and all that. These are young people who inspire us. But last but not least, sitting at the center table are some of the greatest educators in this country. If it were not for historically black colleges and universities, our community would be nowhere, because when nobody else would give us access to higher education, historically black colleges and universities were there. And it's less than a century when other doors opened. Well, all of the presidents of the historically black colleges and universities that are still here with us, will you stand and let's salute these great leaders for what they do and what they've continued to do for us. And we're going to be expanding with a summit later this summer for us to get together in the 100 and pull other organizations to talk about what we have to do to ensure that these great institutions will remain strong and will grow. These are our institutions. We got to be there. Tommie Smith. This year marks the 50th anniversary of our Olympic gold medalist who in 1968, after he shattered the world record and Olympic records in the 200, wanted to demonstrate his commitment to fighting the racism and all in this nation, and he stood with his black glove to say, look, yes, I broke the record, but I will stand up for the rights of my people. Tommie Smith, this is the 50th anniversary of Tommie Smith winning the gold medal and being there. Let's salute Tommie Smith. C.T. Vivian. And my brothers, as we announced this morning, our sisters have been out front. They've been using sister power. As you heard what happened in San Francisco, the black women from our community have been out dealing with this issue of voting. They've been out front to make sure they're organizing so we understand the importance, again, of civic participation. Dr. King and others fought to make sure we'd have the right to vote. Fannie Lou Hamer and all of those were there. And this morning we announced that the 100 is launching Real Men Vote. Dr. C.T. Vivian is our National Honorary Chair, 93 years young, and the reason we call him the father of the Voting Rights Act of this country. Dr. C.T. Vivian, will you stand? We're going to join our sisters, and we're not going to be behind, we're going to be side by side, because our civic responsibility, as we said in Atlanta, only 23% of eligible voters voted in our last mayor's race. But by the grace of God, we now will have 4 more years. We had 40 consecutive years of having black mayors in the city of Atlanta. And with the election of Keisha Lance Bottom, we're guaranteed 4 more years, because again, more people of common sense stood up and voted for Keisha. And so a Rattler, a graduate of Florida A&M University, but what we simply say to you, we've got to register, we've got to be educated, and we've got to vote. Too many people sacrifice to give us that right. And we hope that you will turn out, and we're partnering with AARP, we're partnering with other organizations. We have Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity here that have joined us. Yeah, that's Al's fraternity. And I assure you the Omega Psi Phi fraternity will be here too. Tell them to take my picture down from the Hall of Fame, but they'll be here. But we're gonna get the Sigmas and the Kappas all to come together. So again, November, we've got to say to this nation, we may have slept a year and a half ago, but we woke today. Okay. And we're gonna be out there and we're gonna vote. Thank you.
Are you guys ready for some entertainment? You ready to dance and enjoy an amazing group tonight? I always say that, and y'all give me this half-baked, celebratory response. Are you guys ready?
Y'all ready out there? All right.
Before we bring out this amazing group that many of us, all of us should know about, I want to pick on somebody. I claim to be an avid reader, and I've only had a few drinks, but I was trying to look at this book, and I kept telling her to pass me the book so I could flip the pages, but when I realized the pages wouldn't flip, I said, what in the hell is this? And she said, it's a purse. Look at this, a real purse.
Yes, it was a gift from my friend.
With a big old tassel on it. And she told me that she has a book coming out. So I just wanted to just unselfishly give her a plug so we can support her.
Thank you so
and this
much.
book that's coming out, or it's already out.
Yeah, no, the book is already out. As he says, I'm so proud to stand before you all. I'm an author. The name of my book is called Every Day I'm Hustling, which is about getting out there and make things happen. I share my life lessons from being a young African-American woman that left home at 17 years old, and I've been able to live out my dreams beyond my wildest expectations, and I'm so blessed. I mean, I realize how hard it is to go into different chapters of your life and to do that gracefully, so I share some of my life's journeys, my life lessons, and the secrets of my success with others. So if you can, shameless plug, please pick up Every Day I'm Hustling, available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and Audible.com. It's a good read while you're traveling, on vacation. Give one to your mama, your sister, give them to everybody.
Your cousins and everybody. And a final plug, another shameless plug. Don't forget to support all of CBS's products, 60 Minutes,
Yes.
Sunday morning,
Yes.
CBS This Morning,
Yes.
48 Hours,
Yes.
and the CBS Evening
And
News.
coming up, I got a job on CBS too. I told you I'm hustling. I have a new talk show that'll be coming out.
She really does.
I do. It's called Face the Truth, executive produced by Dr. Phil. Will be coming to CBS this fall. So God is good.
All the time.
God is good.
All the time.
All righty. Well, it has been such an honor for me to be here this evening and to co-host this lovely evening for 100 Black Men with you, getting to know you a little bit better. And I just want to say how proud I am of the 100 Black Men organization, because what you do for the community to uplift, to inspire, and to encourage is just a beautiful thing. So please, once again, give yourself a round of applause for everybody coming out.
All right,
And so now we're going to get on and we're going to give you all the special treat of the evening. We're going to get this music started, all right?
Yeah.
The Whispers began their legendary and timeless career in 1963, y'all.
A long time
Okay, they
ago.
go way back. They produced a string of hits over the ensuing decades and have emerged as a leading romantic singers. These brothers, they are the top balladeers of their generation.
Yeah.